Here is a wonderful secret to happiness. Relationships, ourself, loving ourselves, all this sort of stuff. But this one is freaking huge, and it's a hidden one that you don't see because of our rights as human beings. Hang on, let me share. Number one is you're quick to form opinions. You don't know the context of the situation. You don't know the whole story. You don't know what's going on. This is kind of an easy one for a lot of us. It's kind of like assuming. We assume things all the time, and they're not true. And so this is number one, is making quick decisions about a certain situation or a person. You're like the judge, boom, right up there, slamming the gavel, like they're horrible or they're good. And listen, we can get opinions also that are not quite fulfilling. You understand? Here's a huge one you didn't know about. Number two is you focus on the flaws of people. You focus on the flaws of a circumstance. You focus on the flaws. You don't focus on the good things. And I've done so many videos on this, that our focus counts. Your eyes are the camera to your soul. And you judge so quickly about certain things. And what you do is you focus on the negative stuff in a person's life. Oh my God. I've had so many people. Many of you know I've been married a few times. And my first wife, oh my God, she's matured now. I hope. I don't see her very often. But I can't put it into words. When we were young and stupid, and it was crazy. But this also seems to be a part of our human nature. We got to be careful. Do we see all the bad things in people and the mistakes they make? I know my parents did, and my mother did, my grandmother did, and it wasn't balanced. And so what that turned out to be, when they focus on your flaws and correcting you all the time, what that is, it puts very demeaning to the child and demeaning to your wife or husband, and you never measure up to where they want you to be. And so you feel defeated all the time. So watch your flaw. Don't watch your flaws, sorry. Watch commenting on everybody else's flaws. It's not needed. Believe me, they know where they're messing up. And believe me, don't tell me where I'm wrong. I know where I'm messing up too. Here's a big one. Comparisons. We compare different people to other people. Or we compare, this is a deep one. We compare ourselves to everybody else. See, comparison, in God's eyes, in the Spirit's eyes, we're all equal. There's no preference at all. He doesn't, they don't, however you want to look at it, but the Spirit does not make preference over anybody. And guess what? We do as human beings. We need to stop comparing everybody to ourselves or comparing everybody else to everybody else. Comparisons. Sharing, oh, well, that person does. How about this one? Don't grow up like your dad did. Don't turn out like your father did. Oh, I wish you were more like Johnny. Or I wish you were more like Betty or Sue or Lisa. You see what I mean? When you feel that coming on, you're comparing your children or comparing your people or your peers. It's wrong. I don't mean to be judgmental myself, but it just ruins relationships. So be careful of what you're thinking about other people because, yeah, you're comparing them. So try not to. Here's a crazy one for, I won't say the ladies, I'll say everybody, but gossip. Gossip is where you're looking at all the flaws in other people. And that when you look at all the flaws and you turn around and talk to somebody about it, it only enhances that in the situation. You know what I mean? So stop doing it. Stop gossiping. It hurts you. Listen, some of you look at me, some of you know I was a pastor, and people will look at a pastor and put him in a box. He's got to be perfectly like that. All of a sudden, somebody comes along, or maybe it's in your life. Maybe somebody said something about you. And all of a sudden, you knew nothing about what that person was going to tell you. But they say their opinion about that person, and it's just their opinion, but then your heart changes towards that other person. You see what I mean? And it's wrong. Keep the gossip to ourselves. Keep the our opinions to ourselves. The more we shut our frickin' mouths, the more we get along with everybody. Here's a sign for you. You're unwilling to change your opinions. Oh my. Listen, I find that in a lot of religious people. Yeah. I came out of religion and I'm walking in freedom today from that. But as I look back and I try to tell people about the stuff I've learned about different religions, and if you're speaking to them about their religion, oh, they will not change. They will no, they won't even listen to my opinion. That's a sign of judgment. You're being judgmental, not towards me, but towards a group of people that are wrong. Like let's take Buddhists for a second. And you're a Christian today. Oh, no, I'll never talk to a Buddhist in my life. That causes separation. Separation is more of what we call sin than anything. If you have 2 children right now and they're fighting, as a parent, how do you feel? You don't feel good about it. You don't feel like it's very nice. It's not good. As a parent, I hate when my daughters are fighting. I hate when my peers are fighting if I'm working in an office. It's horrible. It's called separation. And what judgment does, what gossiping does, what all this finger pointing does, and religion separates people. The saved are different than the unsaved. I'm sorry. You're wrong. This is what I found out. And listen, where I found all this stuff out, a lot of this stuff is in near-death experiences. People have gone over to the other side and come back and told us their experiences. And I'm telling you right now, gossip and all that kind of stuff is only hurting you and causing separation. There's nobody that's separated from anybody else. Black, white, green, yellow, male, female, African, Southeastern, whatever, hippies, we're all the frickin' same. We're all human beings. We're all brothers and sisters. And judgment separates that. And God don't like judgment. He don't. So if you're a Christian today, stop judging other people in the way they think about things that you don't agree with. That's judgment, and that hurts humanity. Sorry. Here's a heavy-duty one, and you can probably recognize it in yourself, is perfectionism. Everything's got to be perfect. As a woodworker and a finished carpenter in my rights right now, what I'm doing, I get really ticked off when I keep messing up a cut, or I keep putting too much paint somewhere, or and I got to run down. I'm a perfectionist in that area, and I should be because it's the customer's wall. But then there's other things that we should stop being perfectionists about, and that's about especially our children. Let kids be kids. Let your wife be your wife. Let your husband be his flaws. Don't keep pointing them out all the time. It's not good. Perfectionism is one of the greatest things that people have in their own soul against themselves. And that really comes from religion. I mean, when I was in that deep pits of religion and we'll call it evangelical Christianity, I was really I really just always focused on what I was doing wrong. It made God mad, or whatever it may be. And guess what? God wasn't mad at me. God's never been mad at me. And he never will be. He can't be. It's awesome. That's unconditional love. That's not judgmental love. So stop beating yourself up. Stop focusing on all your freaking flaws. Look at your flaws as points of interest that you need to work. Challenges. That's a good word. Thank you. Challenges. They're just challenges in your life where you feel you have to do better. But guess what? That doing better is another opinion. It's crazy, right? So don't worry about it. Relax. Enjoy life. Focus on some good things in life. Don't focus on your flaws. Write down 10 wonderful things about you. Just write them down right now. Write down 10 wonderful things about you. You know what will happen? Your life will change. Look at those every day. I did it with my marriage. About 7, 8 years ago. Changed my whole marriage just by focusing on the good things I see in my wife. Our marriage changed within 3 days. Yeah, it was amazing. Here's an everyday one. You are a social media critic. You got to change everybody out there is. You got to make sure you lay down your opinion and on that post or on those posts. You got to put your opinion so everybody knows about it. Guess what? Some of those things out there nobody ever reads, except maybe the person who made the post. Number one. Number two, you've hurt their feelings and you've come against what they believe. Here's a big one. What about all the political stuff that's going on in the world today? I mean, all the stuff that's going on. I won't even mention it because it's going to date my video and I don't want that to happen. But you have an opinion about one opponent or the other. If you knew the true thing and you looked and watched at NDEs, near-death experiences, this is really deep and crazy, but they were supposed to do what they did to change the world to what it is into. That's a little deep for you right now, I'm sure. But guess what? When you see the near-death experiences and what people went through on the other side and what they learned, and they come back and tell the stories, there's 10,000 on that other platform right now. This platform, probably. Yes, there's probably 10,000 on this platform alone that you can watch, and it will change your freaking life. Near-death experiences are amazing. Amazing. Black and white thinking. I'm not talking about racism here. I'm talking about black and white. This is it. I'm not changing my mind. Blah, blah. You know, that's it. That was I found a lot of evangelical Christians. You know, listen, there's 43,000 different sects, S-E-T-S, of Christianity. Do you think they all have the same opinion? No. That's where they break off a new religion or a new sect. You know, it goes off all around. And it's crazy. It's nuts. Can you just look at that and see that it's causing so much separation in the world today? Poor people, blind as bats. And one of the way I've stopped judgment in my life, one of the things I'm getting kind of early on this tape, I'm dating myself now, on this video, is that I've learned not to have an opinion on anything. I don't have an opinion. I try not to have an opinion in the political realm or the Christian or religious realm or any of those. I try to stop. No, I don't want to deal with that. Nope. I don't want to answer that question. I have no opinion. It helps me keep friends. It helps me keep people, you know. I've got a couple people on the big FB that they tell me, Dale, tell me when I'm getting out of line here. Tell me when my opinion is riding up. Tell me when I'm being negative. Some people can't see it. Get a friend. Ask them. Am I critical? Am I judgmental? Am I finger pointing? Am I this? And I guess you'll find out that you may be. I ask my wife from now on. And we keep each other in check. I'm not a sin checker. I'm just trying to let her have a better thinking pattern in her life. And it's all thinking. It's nothing else. There's no truth to almost all judgments. There's no truth to it. Right? Here's another one. An unforgiving nature. Somebody's wronged you. And all you can do is think about what they did wrong to you. I heard a story one time. You don't know. I get a lot of my stuff from Ted Lasso right now. It's awesome if you ever watch the series. But you never know what that person who just walked up to you, or maybe you said hi to them and they didn't say hi back, or maybe there is a traffic violation and they pissed you off, and you don't know what's going on in their life right now. You don't. And so when they do the traffic thing where they cut you off or whatever, maybe they're on their way to the hospital and they're trying to get their son or daughter there. It could be. Maybe they're going through something in their life. Maybe they just had a big argument. Maybe their husband or wife just filed for divorce or told them they want to be with them any longer. Or maybe they just broke up with their girlfriend or boyfriend. You see what I mean? You don't know what people are going through. So don't judge a situation. Go, they must be going through something bad today. I'm going to pray for them. How about that one? I'm going to think good thoughts about them. I'm going to send them some love today because they need it. They need it. They need the love. So send them some love today. This one, I think we all deal with, is the avoidance of people we don't agree with, or avoidance of, they have to be in color or any creed or anything, but they just don't agree with us, you know? I do a lot of it with my customers because, and the reason I do is because deep down, in my whole childhood stuff, I've always thought I was a disappointment, and I'm working on it. I'm getting through it. And the opposite of disappointment is success. So if you have a disappointing heart too, you think everybody is disappointed by you, just call yourself a success. Dale is a success at doing fireplaces, or Dale is a success at marriage. He's successful at being a good grandpa or a good son or a good father. I'm a success. When you say that, it reverses the lies you believe about yourself in that area. It's pretty cool. What we do is we avoid people that we don't want to talk to. We avoid people, but we don't want confrontation. That's a big one for me too. Confrontation. I got an issue with a customer. They're a little critical. They don't like my work or whatever it is. And listen, I've had so many people say that my work is so wonderful that I focus on the ones that have it thought it was not as good as they want it to be. And even in that, those people don't even tell me. So I don't even know. I have this belief in my heart because of my childhood bullshit, is that I feel that I'm a disappointment to everybody. I married women that think I'm a disappointment because I lined up with what I thought who I was. It's your identity and who you think you are. I'm getting to a whole nother teaching right now, so I better stop. But I'm not a disappointment. And the first person I disappoint is me. And here's another one, and I'll end with this one. Resistance and feedback. They will not, if you try to help them or help them grow, maybe you are being critical. Maybe you should slow down. But if you do have something to say to somebody and they don't want to hear your feedback, they don't want to hear nothing, they just have their opinion, and I'm not listening to you, blah, blah, blah. I'm this, end of this, end of story, I got to go. Now, they might be upset at that moment, and let them go cool off and calm down, and yeah. But these are all hidden things that are in our heart. They're hidden. We think we should give everybody our frickin' opinion. And guess what? Everybody doesn't want it. Maybe you should give your opinion if they ask for it. When I was in ministry, I had a couple of my guys that I worked with that were always giving me feedback. They thought feedback on other clients. And they weren't doing that. They weren't giving me good feedback. They were giving me all negative. Now, maybe they want to do something with their life in that area too, but that's beside the point. But the point is, they were focusing on the bad things in those other people, and they tell them to me, sometimes to get past me, get beyond me, get ahead of me, trying to them looking better in my eyes than the other guy. I don't know. But let me say something. Work on it. Ask the spirit that lives in you where you're judgmental, where your opinion is so overrated that nobody wants to hear it. Believe me, I have people in my life like that. And I put a block up. There's those blocks again. I avoid them. But some of the people you can't avoid. Some of the people you live with in your home. Be careful. Okay? I'm trying to help you here. I'm not being judgmental. I don't have an opinion about this, except I know this really will help you become a better you. And it will help you love yourself more because of this real deep thing here, that you judge yourself more than you judge anybody else because you know you're crap. You know you're crap. And you judge it as bad all the time. Stop. Have no opinion, and your life will get so much freer. It will be great for you in a massive way. Because assumption is really bad too. Assuming things about other people, yeah, that's another one. Don't assume stuff about other people. That's judgment. That's pure judgment. You don't know the facts about them. You know the facts about you, though. Anyway, you have a wonderful day. I care about you. I love you. And you ever want to get a hold of me, just message me. We can talk. Do some DMing maybe, or maybe even some, what's it called, FaceTime. We can talk if you want. And if you're getting anything out of my teachings, please follow, like, subscribe. I love you. I love you all. All right. I got more coming, but right now, that's all I have. You guys have a great day. I love you.